1 Kings chapter 21. And it was after these things that Naboth the Yisraelite had a vineyard, which was in Yisrael, beside the palace of Ahab, king of Shomron. And Ahab spoke to Naboth, saying, Give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of green plants, because it is near to my house, and I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. Or, if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money. And Naboth said to Ahab, Yahweh forbid it me, that I should give the inheritance of my fathers to thee. And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Yisraelite had spoken to him. For he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my fathers. And he laid him down upon his bed, and turned away his face, and would eat no bread. But Izebel his woman came to him and said to him, Why is thy spirit so sad, that thou eatest no bread? And he said to her, Because I spoke to Naboth the Yisraeli, and said to him, Give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard. And Izebel his woman said to him, Dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise, and eat bread, and let thy heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Yisraeli. So she wrote letters in Ahab's name, and sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters to the elders and to the nobles that were in his city, and that dwelt with Naboth. And she wrote in the letters, saying, Proclaim a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people, and set 2 men, base fellows, before him, and let them bear witness against him, saying, Thou didst curse God and the king, and then carry him out and stone him to death. And the men of his city, even the elders and the nobles who dwelt in his city, did as Izebel had sent to them, according as it was written in the letters which she had sent to them. They proclaimed a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people. And the 2 men, the base fellows, came in and sat before him. And the base fellows bear witness against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth did curse God and the king. Then they carried him forth out of the city, and stoned him to death with stones. Then they sent to Izebel, saying, Naboth is stoned and is dead. And it was, when Izebel heard that Naboth was stoned and was dead, that Izebel said to Ahab, Arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth the Yisraeli, which he refused to give thee for money, for Naboth is not alive, but dead. And it was when Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, that Ahab rose up to go down to the vineyard of Naboth the Yisraeli, to take possession of it. And the word of Yahweh came to Eliyahu the Tishbe, saying, Arise, go down to meet Ahab, king of Israel, who dwelleth in Shomron. Behold, he is in the vineyard of Naboth, whither he is gone down to take possession of it. And thou shalt speak to him, saying, Thus saith Yahweh, Hast thou killed, and also taken possession? And thou shalt speak to him, saying, Thus saith Yahweh, In the place where dogs licked the blood of Naboth, shall dogs lick thy blood, even thine. And Ahab said to Eliyahu, Hast thou found me, O my enemy? And he answered, I have found thee, because thou hast sold thyself to do that which is evil in the sight of Yahweh. Behold, I will bring evil upon thee, and will utterly sweep thee away, and will cut off from Ahab everyone urinating for himself into a wall, and him that is shut up, and him that is left at large in Israel. And I will make thy house like the house of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, and like the house of Baasha the son of Ahiah, for the provocation wherewith thou hast provoked me to anger, and hast made Israel to sin. And of Izebel also spoke Yahweh, saying, The dogs shall eat Izebel by the rampart of Yisrael. Him that dieth of Ahab in the city the dogs shall eat, and him that dieth in the field shall the birds of the skies eat. But there was none like Ahab, who did sell himself to do that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, whom Izebel his woman stirred up. And he did very abominably in following idols, according to all that the Amorim did, whom Yahweh cast out before the children of Israel. And it was, when Ahab heard those words, that he rent his clothes, and put sackcloth upon his flesh, and fasted, and lay in sackcloth, and went softly. And the word of Yahweh came to Eliyahu the Tishbe, saying, Seest thou how Ahab humbleth himself before me? Because he humbleth himself before me, I will not bring the evil in his days, but in his son's days will I bring the evil upon his house.